Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and I am back once again with Salty Walty for buffs we'd like to see. Today we're taking a look at the Gym Cold Districts type, which came in at 250 when that was like a cost that existed. Has a fast firing but very short range machine gun, which is serious downgrade from how good it was in Gundam Battle Operation 1. This thing was really scary in GBO1. And just, yeah, it has, like a lot of the first year suits, it is just kind of designed for a game that does not actually exist anymore. So, Salty, what do you have?
Gym Type D, very fun suit. One in GBO1, there was a situation battle where it was 5 Gym Type Ds versus the Cyclops team, and if you're on the Cyclops team, you essentially just lost. There's no winning for you. Um, this suit has a lot of drawbacks. Sadly, it doesn't gain any perks as it levels up at all. It doesn't even have Force Injector, which is weird for a suit that has, well, I think over 10 thrusters mounted all over its body. So you can't really do much boosting around to dodge. It doesn't even, can't even dodge roll. You do boost fast, but you can't boost long. That's another problem. This is a gym that's meant to fight and tangle with DOMs, but in this game, you do boost faster than DOMs, but you can't keep up with DOMs, if that makes sense. You don't have the thruster gauge to do so. So those are some basic stat buffs I would like to see. A couple more points in thrust. Make it force injectors. So it can actively help itself, and then of course dodge roll. I mean, I know that would step on a lot of other gym toes, but that's just what's gonna happen at this point in the game. You're going to have that. There's going to be crossover between suits.
Yeah.
Um, Weapon wise, you see Rob's running the Sten machine gun, 90 millimeter. It's extremely fast firing, but the problem is it has less range than Head Vulcans, 25-meter less. And yeah, the firing rate is really nice, but it has like an 8-second reload to it, and that's terrible. I want to revert it back to GBO1 standards, where it was a much harder hitting weapon. It would absolutely demolish people if you focus somebody with it. And it had 2 grenades in the tube. Um, so I would definitely like to see that change. It also could take the 90 millimeter bullpup that the one I'm carrying. Again, we've talked about this. It's not a very good machine gun. Definitely could use a buff. In Crossfire, one of my favorite games, it has access to 2 additional weapons. The 75 millimeter sniper rifle, one of my that's the only scene on in this game on the Gym Sniper 2. I would like to see that weapon on this suit because we only have, I think, 3 general type sniper units in this game currently: the Jim White Dingo, the Efert Jaeger, and Rob kind of wants to say the Zuda F.
Yeah.
But I can't. I want to say no, but yes at the same time. 'Cause it is not a sniper, but it is a cannon. I don't know. Chat, you decide.
Mm,
um, I think adding the sniper rifle to this suit would be a phenomenal idea because the suit already has an extremely high firing correction. I think that would be fantastic. Um, then you also have it also could take in Crossfire the Gym Command's beam gun. I would love that as a sub weapon. 2-shot burst mode, break maneuver armor, and that would allow it to use. I would allow that weapon along with either the machine guns it could take to be used with Rob that
high
thrust skill
high
again.
speed mobile shooting.
Why can I not remember that skill's name? Is beyond me. I cannot remember that skill. And then Pursuit Ranged Assist. I feel like that would be a fantastic combo, especially if they revert the Sten machine gun back to the GBO1 standard. You'd be able to switch to the beam gun, fire that as you're boosting stun, break someone's maneuver armor, say if a raid's fleeing away from you. Switch to the grenade launcher, re-stun with that. As you get that much closer, you can downswing them. Now, mind you, this suit doesn't really have any melee correction to it. It's terrible, and it's still only using the standard beam saber. Honestly, should be upgraded to either the enhanced or the late type, if you ask me. And it still wouldn't be too strong, I don't think. And then, of course, the head Vulcans, they're your standard head Vulcans. Rob, can you shoot me and see how if you can stun me? I think it takes at least 26 shots.
Give me a second to reload here, but yeah. While I'm doing that, though, yes, at level 1, the stock Gym Cold Districts has a melee correction of 1, I believe. Okay.
Oh, not even a stun.
It does not stun with a full magazine. That is...
Yeah, so...
That is amazing. Yeah.
Yep. That needs to be changed. So, other than that, I think if we can get a lot of these changes implemented, I think the Gym Type D would definitely see a resurgence, because out of all the other gyms, even the basic gym is better than this gym, which blows my mind. Is you can make the basic gym either do a massive amount of damage, or you can make it extremely tanky and have a lot of staying power. It's just, it needs help. What do you think, Rob?
I think we pretty well covered it at this point, but yeah, like I said, it's for a game that doesn't exist anymore, where all of the at the lower costs, all of the staple skills for generals were spread out amongst the various gyms. For most of the other ones, that has been corrected at some point. The standard gym, I think, has most of it. Did they ever give the standard gym in Zaku dodge roll, or only for situation battles?
Only situational battles. It does have bouncer, I think, at starting level 4.
Yeah, so yeah, they've upgraded all of those over the years, but the Gym Cold Districts, I think, I don't remember if it ever got anything or not. I think they might have upped the machine gun fire rate somewhere along the way, but that's about all it's ever gotten. And it is time to give it some more. Like, nothing at 250 had forced injectors when this was introduced, but I feel like forced injectors would be really valuable, especially if they didn't give it dodge roll. If they decided to make it keep relying on maneuver armor. Forced injectors and a better thruster gauge are kind of a must. But yeah, can't really think of anything to add beyond that.
I wish I had a master grade of this. There is a master grade, I'm pretty sure, of this kit. I want it.
Oh, nice. It does look good.
I'd pose it just like that, too. I would pose it just like that.
Oh, yeah. Looks great. All right. And we are following up with the Zaku 2 Sniper HH, which is Helena's Zaku from the beginning of Code Fairy. It is a support with a ballistic sniper rifle, which has both a single and burst fire mode for its rifle. It has a...
I didn't mean to do that.
It's all right. It has a chaff grenade. It has a very slow Sturmfaust, which not only is slow to ready up, but slow to reload. And it has a camera gun for spotting. So, okay, Salty, you lead us off.
So this thing suffers the same problem as the Gym Sniper 2. The ballistic round on the rifle, extremely slow. And you have, I think, the same round, the range as the standard Gym Sniper 2. But you can't really take use of that because, you know, the round velocity is extremely slow. You have to, say if Rob's at max range and I'm trying to counter snipe him and he's running in the opposite direction, I have to lead almost 3 reticles ahead of him to say, like, if I wanted to hit him, I would have to lead that far ahead of him to shoot him, to stun him. And then you have the rapid fire that doesn't have any ADL. So if you move like half an inch out of my reticle, I'm not going to hit. It's just That's just how it is. It's a bad weapon design.
It also takes
Uh,
all 3 rounds to stun.
yes. So that's pretty bad. So the fixes, the main fixes would be the main weapon. The main weapon needs massive adjustments. Uh, Round velocity needs to be almost doubled. I want to say this thing should be like in GBO1. I know I keep bringing GBO1 up, but like round velocity for the Jim Sniper 2's 75 millimeter rifle was insane. That thing was borderline hit scan. Um, we had a friend named Canty, and they could snipe you at the most ridiculous range. Barely, the reticle would barely move off of you. That's how fast round velocity was in that game. Gym Sniper 2 was minty in that game. Uh, I would like to give the burst round ADL a good. It needs a decent ADL circle so it can hit fleeing targets. So you can break raids, maneuver armor. The chaff grenades. Now I have a really cool idea. So in Xeonic Front, the chaff grenades would screw up your camera. It would make your camera cut in and out, black, white, and it would just like sparkles across your screen until it would wear off. I like that idea, and I kind of want to bring this over to GBO. That would make any suit that has chaff grenades scary, but it would also make suits that have anti-jamming that much more prominent. I feel. I think that would be a fantastic way to balance out chaff grenades. For the camera gun, Rob's got a good idea.
Yeah, so the way the camera gun is currently functions is now I just want to preface this, I am not a programmer. This is my best guess as to how it works. Salty pointed out to me that you can actually watch the travel of the camera guns fire in the right circumstances. So yeah, just as a pro tip, the speed of light in Gundam Battle Operation 2 is like observable. It is that slow. So the thing about the camera gun as it stands now is that yeah, if you if you hit someone's shield, it will not count as marked because I'm pretty sure the way the game handles it is it just fires an invisible projectile, and if it reads as hitting, if you get that 0, it applies the mark status condition. What I would like to see is a camera gun that works more like, say, the Psychemy lock-ons work in this, or missile lock-ons work in other games where you just lock. It has like an area of effect on your reticle, and you just it shows you what you will hit, and when you tap the button, it will just tag anything in that area. And different camera guns for different units could obviously have different ranges. That could be a variation on ASL, but just I feel like since it does appear like the camera guns use like standard projectile weapon physics, if we switch them over to a variation on the Psychemu physics, it would probably be a lot better and probably resolve quicker too.
A couple other ideas we had would be to so the problem with the sniper rifle, back to the rifle, the cooldown on it, you can't is 3.5 seconds, while the burst mode is only 3 seconds. So if you shoot someone with the burst mode, of course I missed the third shot. They can move out of the range or out of your standard shot because of the cooldown time on the 3.5 seconds. That's enough time to tackle out of it. Rob came up with the idea of giving this thing an optimizer skill for the rifle because it does have 2 modes of the rifle. So we would make it like a sniper or Zaku 2 sniper rifle optimizer where it would cut down switch time by 50% if you're just switching to the other part of the rifle. I think that would help this out a lot. Also, switching the downswing. I feel like this downswing is... I never liked this downswing personally. I know it's got its fans. The Recon Zaku where knees upward and then does a hammer blow downward, I feel like would be a better way. I find that one easier to control over this one. This one, their windup is way too. Even with a standard shot, I feel like you can get. Wait, what? Huh? Why wasn't that a counter?
Right?
What? What?
Uh,
What is that?
Fun with latency.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, like with that downswing, you could get countered even if you stun them first. You can just outright get countered out of it. It's crazy. But the Recon Zaku's downswing comes out extremely fast. Like that whole upward knee motion, I think is like 1.5 seconds. So like the moment your suit starts boosting forward, that's a hitbox, and you can knock someone down. This doesn't start until you're actually moving forward. So your suit has to do the full pose and then start moving forward before your hitbox activates. So that's a big problem. I would like to see like a different downswing animation. And I can't say they can't do that. We've seen suits get different counters.
Yeah.
Zakutu Kai, the Zakutu, or the Gym Command got different counters. Or is it a different gym? I forget which. But yeah, I mean, it just needs a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Like most suits we talk about. Most suits just need a little bit of love.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like with the optimizer skill, like the most important thing is the fact that you you can successfully go from the in single shot to the burst fire, but doing it the other way, which is a better way to line up that, heavier shot, just doesn't work. So yeah, the optimizer skill is I think would cover that very well. But yeah, I feel like just these, little changes would help a lot. And I I like the sniper suits, so I'd certainly like to see them more often and see them more usable. So, but those are our thoughts on these two suits. As always, comments and suggestions are always welcome. Also, the standard YouTube stuff that everybody bugs you about, it does help. But for now, that is going to do it for Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later.